Hello, and here we are again in module 2, and wow, the chakra that we're working on in this module is the navel chakra, the beautiful orange chakra that sits right here, literally just below your physical navel. Some people call it the sacral chakra. That's fine if you prefer to call it that, or you might even know the Sanskrit name for it, Svadhisthana. I'm not even sure if I pronounce that correctly, but it's one of those long Indian sounding words, isn't it? Svadhisthana, that's the best pronunciation I can give you. You can look it up in the fun sheets that go with this module. Now the navel chakra, orange in colour as I've already said, very important chakra. Think of the parts of the body that it relates to here in this area. For us women, it's ovaries and womb. It also relates to the hips. For men, it also still relates to reproductive organs and reproductive energy. And there's the lower digestion here. It also impacts on the kidneys. So a very, very important area physically. And when we think about this chakra, what I think about and what I've seen so many times over the years with my clients is holding on emotionally, often holding on to sadness, to worry, to hurt and things like that. It can be a very emotional chakra. So it's a really great chakra to balance. Also think about this chakra in terms of your lower back, because of course the chakra doesn't just sit on the front of your body like a flat disc. It impacts from the front of the back. It can be seen and felt right through from the front of your body to the back of your body. So if you get lower backache, this could be the chakra in you that needs a little bit of balancing and a little bit of support. You're going to need your pendulum for this exercise again. I've got mine right here on my table next to this beautiful lamp. Aren't you enjoying the light from that beautiful lamp? It's stained glass, absolutely special little item here in my room. Here's my pendulum. Mine's made of red jasper with a silver chain. I wonder what sort of pendulum you've got. I hope you're enjoying getting to know your pendulum and learning how to use it. Pendulums have a little bit of their own character, almost like their own personality. We're drawn to different crystals and stones for different reasons. Some of us prefer silver to gold or vice versa. So it's really important that you like your pendulum and you enjoy working with it. And there's absolutely no harm in trying a few different ones until you find one that really feels right for you. Now you might remember from module 1, and hopefully you've practiced it at least once since then, when we worked on the base chakra. That was your homework from module 1. This time we're going to work on balancing the navel chakra, but you might remember how we use the pendulum to give us a bit of a reading of what the chakra is doing now. The pendulum is like a measuring instrument, an indicator, and it'll pick up the energy that's coming out of the chakra and give you an indication by how the pendulum moves. Let's have a look at my navel chakra right now, holding the pendulum very still to begin with and keeping the actual stone roughly level with the chakra itself. And you can see there that it's moving a little bit, but it's not very strong. And that certainly says to me, wow, you know, even though that's more or less a circle motion that my pendulum is making, probably looks like I could do with a bit more energy in my navel chakra. So it's good that we're working on this one today, isn't it? The right thing always comes at the right time. Pop your pendulum to one side once you've got a sense of what's going on. Now, if your pendulum hasn't done anything yet, pause the video. This is the great thing about the virtual classroom. Whenever you need more time, just pause the video and then come back to me when you're ready. So don't feel like you have to work at the same pace as I do. So my pendulum showed that my navel chakra is a little bit on the slow side, a bit sluggish or a bit heavy. We could spend a lot of time trying to figure out what that's all about or what it means or why. But for the purposes of this course, this module, all we want to know is that we're going to give it a nice refresh and balance. For this one, we're going to work with the orange energy and light that is the native colour of this chakra. Once again, we always start, our intention is to begin with the colour that matches the chakra, but if you get a different colour straight away or at some point through the balance, that's completely fine. The universe knows what colour your chakra actually needs. If it's something other than orange, that is what will come through. Now, we set up our channel already in this module, so that's all active and working. We're going to intend the orange energy and light to come down through our channels as far as our heart chakra, out to our arms and out through our hands, and then let it flow into the navel chakra. If you can reach around to your back as well and put your hands on both sides of your navel chakra, that's absolutely fantastic. It's good to be a little bit flexible, isn't it? I have to keep working on that. Or you might prefer, especially when you're seated, to place both your hands on the navel chakra like that on the front, and that is perfectly fine. Now for the actual balancing, we're going to close our eyes, bring your hands to the chakra in the position that suits you, whether it's front and back or both hands on the front, and ask for the beautiful orange energy and light to come down from the cosmos, coming down through your channel, all the way down through your channel as far as your heart chakra, and then out through your own arms and hands, and from your hands into your navel chakra. So you're literally channeling healing energy into yourself, into your navel chakra. Feel that chakra moving between your hands or beneath your hands. Have a look at it on your inner screen. Can you see it? Maybe you can see an orange coloured flower. Maybe you can see an orange ball or wheel of energy and light. And feel the beautiful orange energy flowing down through you, out through the palms of your hands. It might make you feel quite warm and tingly. Now you always need to bear in mind, especially when you're just new to this and you're just learning, if you don't see anything, if you don't feel anything immediately, please don't worry. I've been doing this for 18 years, and in the early days I hardly got anything, but I trusted, and the more I trusted and the more I worked with it and the more I shared what I got with my clients, it grew and grew. So trust is really the key, just trusting that your intention is going to activate everything. Keep your hands there on the chakra, keep bringing that beautiful orange energy and light into the chakra. And your intention is just to give a good navel chakra balance. That's all you need to intend to do. Nothing more complicated than that. We're not trying to figure out what the issue is or figure out why the pendulum moves slowly in the beginning. All we're doing is bringing the energy and light through and letting it do its work. Now I recommend that you pause the video here and sit with this for a few more minutes, or practice it as soon as you finish with this exercise, with this video, whatever feels easiest to you. But certainly spend a little bit more time on it than we can in the virtual classroom. Just keeping your hands there still, letting the energy flow down through your channel, as far as your heart chakra, out to your shoulders, down your arms and out through your hands, and even your fingertips into the navel chakra. Can you feel that chakra moving between the palms of your hands? Can you see any shape, any indication of what the chakra looks like? It might look like a beautiful multifaceted orange coloured jewel, who knows? Let your imagination illustrate it for you. And then we're going to imagine ourselves having, a tap handle where we can turn the energy up and down. Just turn that energy flow up for a little minute and see what that feels like. Imagine that you can increase the intensity of the energy flow. See if you notice any difference there. And then imagine that you can gradually turn this tap of universal energy and light down, 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 until the flow of orange energy and light becomes just a tiny little trickle. And like I said earlier on, if you are getting a different colour to orange, that is completely fine. We start with orange, we start with the colour that matches the chakra. If it becomes a different colour, we just go with the flow, because the universe knows what you need. Turning that flow of energy and light down to the tiniest little trickle. And now just check in with your guidance, because we're here on clock time. We are restricted and limited a little bit by how long the video can be and how much time we have in our lives. If your chakra needs a bit more balancing than you've been able to give it right at this point in time, maybe your angels and guides will work on it for a little bit longer. So just ask them, are you going to be continuing to work on my chakra once I'm finished, once we've completed? And you might just get a sense of a yes or a no, or just a knowing, or you might even get a number or a sense of how long, 1 hour or for the rest of the afternoon, whatever the case may be. I'm just throwing in that step right now, very early on in the course, because it gets you in the habit of working with your angels and guides, of communicating with them, rather than thinking, oh, it's some big deal and we need to build up to it for ages and ages. No, let's just go straight in and ask them what they're doing. Now take your hands away from your navel chakra, take a nice deep breath, wriggle your fingers and toes, and at the same time we're asking the angels and guides to wrap us in our lovely cocoon of energy and light again. Whatever colour you get is fine. Make sure you get into the habit of wrapping yourself up in that nice, safe, lovely cocoon of energy and light. And when you're ready, open your eyes. That felt good, didn't it? It's lovely to have a navel chakra balance. I always enjoy it. And now we're going to see what difference we've made with our energy work. How exciting. I love this second pendulum step, because it's always a wonderful indicator. Great for skeptical people too, or for yourself when you are not feeling or seeing much in the early stages. The pendulum will show you where you're at. So let's get our pendulums again. This time I've got it over on my treatment table, which just happens to have a lovely orange cover. Isn't that great? I love orange. It's a favourite colour actually. Now we're holding the pendulum again in front of the navel chakra. Get it as still as possible to begin with, and let it start moving and giving us an indication. So mine is moving in the same direction as it was before, which is anti-clockwise. That's perfectly fine. If it changes direction, that's fine too. We don't get all hung up on what does it mean or why is it doing that, because different authors and different presenters, and they'll say different things. Some will say, oh, the navel chakra is supposed to spin anti-clockwise, and others will say, oh, it's supposed to spin clockwise, and some will say, oh, it changes. What my angels and guides say is that we're all individuals, and that on any given day the chakra could be spinning in one direction or another. Now this pendulum of mine, the spin is getting stronger. It's definitely a bigger circle than it was the first time around, so I'm really pleased with that, because obviously I didn't pause the video and go away and do it for longer. I only did it for about 20-30 seconds or so. So hopefully you can see that, and see that it's moving more strongly than it was before. It's exciting, isn't it? And again, keep your pendulum there for as long as you need to. Pause the video if that's what you'd like to do, and give it enough time to give you an indication. And don't get frustrated with your pendulum. I know it's really easy to feel like, oh, why isn't it moving? Why isn't it doing anything? Takes a while to build a relationship with your pendulum sometimes. Takes a while to get used to doing all of this energy work. So be patient with yourself, be patient with your pendulum. Giving your navel chakra a good balance is really important and really beneficial. So it's worth doing it again during the week before the next module comes along. Well done on that, and absolutely fantastic, very exciting. We're working our way up through the chakra system, learning more about each chakra as we go along, getting used to the pendulum, getting used to bringing the energy down, getting used to communicating with your angels and guides. This is what we're building in to the work as we move along week by week. It just gets more and more rich and absolutely brilliant. So thank you, and have fun practicing with your pendulum and giving yourself a navel chakra balance during the coming week. Namaste.